that issue to say people will be blocked to vote. So as the government and especially the police, we can't allow that to happen. Want to vote, if people they take that choice for themselves, they must choose that for themselves and not choose for the rest of the community. So ours is to make sure that the law is upheld and is enforced for the people to go and vote. So we are having several high-risk police stations here. As I've said, there are 15 out of 47 that are here, and we have enough capabilities, we have enough personnel power. It has been added last night, extra 60 was sent from head office. We have enough to keep them at the station, but we have enough to respond if it needs be.
And also on that, just talk to us about, like these people that are saying that they want to block people from coming to vote on the vote day. Just talk to us about, are these police going to be deployed here up until the elections are also past the elections, especially after 2 days after the election, after the votes have been counted and in this area?
Well, we are here until this work is done. The work will be done when people have voted, counted, reconciled. That is until the 3rd. I think the president is making an announcement on the 4th. So we're not going to do the half work, leave it in the middle. Also, we are glad that the soldiers are coming to take the responsibility of the government installation, the serious infrastructure. We've got about 11 power stations here. They'll have to look at that. We have some national roads here, some plazas and all. They'll have to look at that so that they release the police to be around the station, to be around the centers and all that. We'll do the work until IEC says thank you, until IEC says we're fine.
And also, if then the soldiers are coming, it means that your intelligence guys are telling you guys that this is a very serious matter here with these people that are preventing people from going to vote and also that are causing these protests that has started on Monday.
Well, soldiers have got nothing to do with the stations, have nothing to do with the protesting people. Soldiers have everything to do with the infrastructure. The key points will be there. But that helps to release the police to be where they're supposed to be, because policing is for policing, is not for soldiers. So the information we have has not told us to invite the soldiers to march with the police on the street. But we know that they need to be part of protecting the infrastructure so that you don't have police stuck in that. Police must move around and work with the communities.
Okay, Ntate, thank you so much for speaking to us. That was the Minister of Police here, Mr. Bheki Cele. He's actually going to be visiting a number of polling stations here in Pienaar and also going to a roadblock also here in Pienaar also. This area is a hotspot in the province, and that's why they're deploying these police officers that are going to be here, and also the soldiers that he spoke about that are also going to be deployed in this area to ensure that everyone is safe, especially during this voting period, and also they are safe even beyond the vote after the votes have been counted and the vote have been vote has been counted and released to the public. Blaine?
Look, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It is about what happens in between elections that matters to the people, the voters. Talk to us about the issue of safety, Tumelo, in your area. Is that high on the agenda in terms of a local government elections for the residents there?
Well, actually, the protest started here on Monday. That's when actually the protest started in Pienaar area, in Kanyamazane, and also going to Kamagugu, where a number of people actually allegedly went to truck drivers and asked them to block roads. Then they started blocking roads, and then the protest erupted in this area, and that's when they started blocking roads and not even preventing people from going to work on Monday. So that's when the police actually had to to step in because they hijacked some of these cars, some of these trucks, took their keys, and then at gunpoint and Nochal blamed because I believe that they had gun when they were like hijacking these trucks to block roads to ensure that no one actually is going to be going to work, and then they started protesting, preventing people from going to work in this area. So that's when then actually the police started taking notice of this thing, because then this area was never a hotspot area, but only after that protest on Monday, that's when the police actually realized that actually this is actually a big problem here in this area. But across the province, we've seen that it's very calm, Blaine, and especially when it comes to issues of protest ahead of the elections. We have not seen protests in other areas, but we know that in Middelburg there are protests, but they're protesting about issues of municipality there. But this area they were protesting, but the issues were not known to the public because some of the people was just speculating about what is the cause of the protest, because some of these protesters, they were not even speaking to the media, and we understand some of them, they were arrested and then they were released on free bail.
Look, Brother Machoko, you don't want to play around with legitimate frustration. You don't want to play around with legitimate pain, legitimate frustration and fear. And I guess that's what's coming out of your reporting a lot, in not only in Mpumalanga, but when we go to our reporters around the country as well. These are the hot button issues that people are talking about. That's when we go onto the field, on scene, as we say, and we hear from the people. These are the ubiquitous issues around the country. But we thank you very much indeed for your time. Tumelo, we'll chat with you a little later on. So from Tumelo Machoko to Palesa Moete we go. She's in...
PC, would you maybe just take us through what are some of the voting stations that you've identified, how many we have in the province, and how many do fall in the certain categories that we have?
Thank you very much. In our province, we are having 1,786 voting stations, of which out of them we have categorized them in terms of the high, low, medium category. We do have few, about 1,458 that are in the low category, and we have about 59 that are in the high category. So in short, the deployment has been done all over. As the minister has alluded, we added and all other deployments in terms of the POPs that are being deployed, the TRT that is being deployed. So Pienaar, as one of our hotspot area, we have intensified the capacity of deployment in as far as the policing is concerned. So we just want to promise that nothing is going to go wrong in this area. As you can see now, the police are all over. In the high category area, we are deploying plus minus 6 members per voting station. That's to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Thank you.
All right, thank you, PC. And you have mentioned that the police are up to the task. So with that, let us open up for questions, colleagues. You know the drill. I don't see any hands.
They don't have
everything.
questions. They don't.
I think you covered everything, Minister.
Yes.
Go ahead, Lindo.
Lindo from ENCA. During the week, I did put in a request to get an idea of how many cases have been handed over either to the Hawks or some task teams that are looking into political killings. Because as far as we are hearing from the ground, there is a concern around political incidents of violence. But the answer that I got said that Tubabufele is the one who releases stats and would be able to tell me in terms of the number of political killings. In the briefing, did you get a sense of whether this is true in terms of that there is a rise in that regard? And the issue of the deployment of our soldiers, I did get it from what you were saying, which was going to be my question in terms of why is it that you guys are deployed, the soldiers are deployed when the police are there, but you are saying that it's solely because they would then be protecting some key infrastructures as well as key points, and that the police are the ones that will be manning the situation of Lendele. I just wanted to get clarity on that one as well.
Well, also to release the police on those installations, because it's the police responsibility to look after election. I think that question has been answered. This one, I don't know why people would not know who is getting arrested. This political arrest has been centered around KZN, where there is a special team that has been created. But it doesn't mean that where political killings are happening, we are not doing the work. You know that one of the high-profile arrests from this land we are standing on is regarded as a political killing. So it doesn't matter who. When we need to chase you, find you, the court will have to tell us we were right. But by the time we arrest you, we believe that we have done the job. It doesn't matter what part of it differs in some other provinces, as like KZN is an established team. Here it will be ad hoc team led by Hawks and the organized crime. Gauteng also, we have two teams that are dealing with Mamelodi. I don't know where you get this question of weeks. I have never seen week there. But there is a team in Mabopane pursuing the killings there. But the team that has been established and active is KZN. And yesterday I visited the house of Kwabe, that is an NFP candidate that was killed. I went to Nongoma to see them. There was an extra problem there, that the body was bent beyond recognition. Thanks to the DNA, has identified that is him. So, therefore, because he's a political figure, that case has been already handed over to the political task team. It's him, a candidate, is Mkize from Katokres, and is Shangase from Maritzburg. And all these people I'm mentioning are political candidates, and all of them, three of them, are of the different political parties, which means we have a problem in that province, but that problem in that province will never reach the situation of 2011 and 2016, where the province was bloody all over. We believe that the arrests that have taken place by this team there has helped us a lot. You know of that Ntuli gentleman, if he is a gentleman, who has been arrested for between 6 and 10 matters in KZN. We are coming with him in Gauteng to make sure that he answers for his sins. But people that have been involved in political killing in KZN, there are 9 of them who are doing life sentence. 9. 22 of them are doing years between 10 and 50 years. So, and quite many of them doing 1 to 10 years. So it tells you that the police, they have managed to clean. So it will come up and then, but we are able to respond on those matters with the hope that we'll keep some of these teams until they clean these killers, they clean these bloody people that they believe that they have the lives of other people in their hands. So on the political killing, we are really getting serious, but generally the crime, we are getting serious. That's why we have a special team, FCS, dealing with the rape of women and abuse of kids and all that. So we do have these special units. We believe that the time will come where the crime will be reduced.
Loud and clear, Minister. There is one more question.
Yeah, Minister, it's Manda from Sowetan. Mpumalanga coming to the fore again with political killings and everything. In 2012, when you were opening the Pienaar police station, you said there is 12 highly trained officers who are going to get to the bottom of the killing of politicians that at the time included the likes of Chimusala, Senin Patanyana. And then these things are coming back again. Where is the report that what happened in that case? Because it seems like nothing is coming back after everything.
The way you asked the report, it looks like I should have submitted it to you. No, we were there. That's 2011. One other thing that we did was we were together at that time in this work, and then we were taken to agriculture and we were brought back. Okay. Then we're also introducing the TRT, Amaparet, then, who worked very well to reduce the crime both here and Kanyamazan. So that's one thing, that their visibility must come back. But also today, Masimula, we have appointed a new I thought you would say that.
Deputy Provincial Commissioner Crime Detection.
Yeah.
For detectives.
His job is to detect and find those criminals and put them to law. But if it needs be, we don't have a problem of enforcing all those structures as we have done in other provinces. That case has been coming and going, but it's not finished. Some of these cases, they take too long. There are people that have been mentioned, sometimes very high profile. Doesn't mean that because there are high profile people, we're not going to reach them. If you don't believe, here we have done that to reach the high profile people. So if the evidence points towards you, we'll forever act.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, colleagues.
Just last one. In terms of specifically Mpumalanga, incidents of violence, do you have around statistics of how many they are investigating, or even if there are those that are being investigated, because there is a concern that they are on the rise in Mpumalanga alone. But also maybe John Wick so far from what you are hearing.
When you find him, show me to me. Because nobody has found him, except the name. Even the known journalists that are investigating journalists, they've moved around. They can't find him. Police, we have 2 serious teams in Mamelodi. The team that is preventing, we have NIU, TROT, we have sent a special team of investigation. They're not going to tell me that you journalists, investigating journalists, the detectives, TROT, everybody can't find that person.
But who's killing these people then?
They kill one another. They kill one another, no doubt about that. What has happened? At one time they had one head, and that head was taken, and you know that head who is. We took him in. And then everybody felt it was an opportune time for them to take over. And they split. Boko Haramas and this other in Pavarase. They split, so they're fighting over territory. And then, because people, they watch.
It's a pity that we lost audio there. It was breaking up a bit. We do apologize for that interruption in terms of that feed. But you got some of the gist of what the Police Minister Bheki Cele was talking about the issue of safety and security, giving us the national state of play with regards to the build-up of elections, but going further and talking about other cases as well. So we'll try to get you the big takeaways from that briefing in a short while. All right, lots happening on our watch.